Good morning, wonderful people. Today, let's talk about how to not suppress your creativity at work, your life, your personal life, your professional life, your life in general. Because this is a very common theme, and if it the way it will play out is it'll become habitual. It'll become a habitual negative thinking pattern, negative belief system, negative self-defeatist kind of pattern in your psyche, in your psychology, in your mind, in your emotional body. So just ponder this. I wanted to put it out there so that you guys can think, reflect, do everything possible to not self-sabotage yourself. This is amounts to self-sabotage. So just follow me here with this argument. What makes one suppress creativity and how not to suppress your creativity? You might have noticed this in your friends, in your family, maybe even your spouse, maybe even your parents, the way you were brought up, your teachers, your colleagues, your so called friends, or not really many friends there. Just follow me and you will find out how. You might have seen this play out very common. It's more common than you think. Have you noticed that people in your life, doesn't matter who it is, if you say something, I'm going to do such and such a project, I'm going to start something new, or I'm going to start a new creative endeavor, or a new business, or a new kind of idea you have for entrepreneurship, or any of these things, they will tell, yeah, but if you do this, that such and such a thing might happen, or it might amount to nothing. What are you trying to accomplish? Or what is your end result? What is the end game here? So people in your life, this is coming from external world towards you, and most of the times it's the closest friends, family, relatives, parents, spouses. It comes from there, by the way. Most of the time it comes from there, sometimes even your own children. So have you noticed they try to reduce everything to absurdity? In mathematics there is a principle called reductio ad absurdum, means to reduce to absurdness. They prove theorems, mathematical theorems like this. May be useful in maths, but in real life, you've got to be careful of this. What do I mean? Reducing things to absurdity, meaning, why do you want to do this? This is not going to accomplish anything for you, or it might not work, or reducing everything to absurd. Well, if you do this, you'll end up pretty much in the same place. So, why begin this whole process or a new business anyway? First of all, it comes from the other side. Follow me carefully here. First of all, it comes from the other side's inability or jealousy or lack of their own creativity, which is trying to suppress yours. Other person's lack of creativity can very easily suppress the very highly creative minds out there, right? I've seen this more common than anything else. So be careful of trying to reduce everything to an absurd idea, or people who tell you suggest like that. Whatever you're thinking is nonsense, it won't work, or there might be lots of hurdles, or what are you trying to accomplish? This is already done, many people are doing it out there, you won't be successful. They are trying to reduce your idea, your creative impulse, to something which is absurd or stupid or not able to be accomplished in the real world. Be very careful of this. Because what this builds up over a time, if you continue to encourage such a participation from whoever it is around you, mind you, it will come from your closest family, friends, colleagues, and so on, or even your boss or your superiors at work. Creativity always tends to be suppressed because somebody less creative comes along and says, this is not achievable or this is a bogus idea. You see? Careful of that. Don't try to reduce things to absurd. The most absurd thing you can tell them back, hey, why do you want to live life? You're only going to die one day. Everybody does. So if you want to reduce things to absurd, you can keep carrying on the line of argument. You can keep carrying on that line of absurdity, trying to reduce everything to absurd. Why go in for a relationship? You'll be miserable anyway. Why produce children? You will be having lots of burden anyway. Why go in for a job or a promotion? You'll be miserable anyway, right? Any promotion means more responsibilities. Trust me on that. So you can keep going on an absurd path, which will, you noticed all the last statements of mine, how they are paralyzing. They try to put chains around your feet. So you'll sit there thinking, oh my God, I can't do anything properly. Or, oh, this idea won't work. Self doubt. You're encouraging your own self doubt mechanism. You're being your own worst critic in your own mind. And you sit there and you get paralyzed and you say, oh, I can't do anything proper. Let's leave it. Let's just try something else. You just lost a beautiful idea. You came up with a beautiful idea. You needed to follow it through. And you checked with somebody who apparently is close to you, and you lost that impulse. You lost that fire. Creativity is a fire, it's there within all of us, only in different areas. Now, one has got to examine where one is creative. Astrology can kind of help, psychology and all those tests can kind of help. All these are tools which we can use to uncover your creativity. But if you don't let that creative fire come out and be suppressed by reducing everything to absurdity or something bogus or something impossible to achieve, then you have pretty much lost the fire. Be very careful of what you encourage participation from whom or whom you tell what. And on the other side, the positive side of this, if you tell that you have got a creative impulse or a creative fire, or you're doing something, or you're about to do something, you want to start a glass painting, or you want to start oil on canvas, or you want to start a digital work like I do, or you want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to talk about something, share your ideas, share your concepts, be creative at work, maybe even do an Excel sheet a different way. Maybe try out new things at work, new procedures. Everybody is creative one form or the other. They end up suppressing their own creativity. This is most common. Everybody suppresses their own creativity because they end up checking with the person who's less creative about that than you. They might be creative in something else. They can't connect with you in what your creativity is or what you are about. So it might not always be knowing. They're not doing it deliberately. They might be doing it pretty unconsciously. They're not trying to harm you in any way. But the end result ends up becoming the same. Why would you want to suppress your creativity? Think about this, even if you can think about it for 2 weeks. Please do that. This is the most crucial. Keep observing how people around you, if you share your ideas, they will suppress your creativity. They will say, this is absurd. It won't work. Forget this or forget that. Or why do you want to do this? Everybody else is doing it and nobody else is successful. These are all things which suppress that creative fire. You might think, okay, I'll do it anyway. Just do it anyway. What else have you got to lose? Using the other side of the same absurd argument. I'm using the other side of the same absurd argument, saying, well, why live life? You're going to only die one day. Why have a body when it's going to grave or going to the cremation yard? You see? You see what I mean? Where I'm coming from? You can keep taking the same absurdity argument, flip it around and say, there's no point in anything anyway, right? Whatever you do in this earth plane, you are living from birth to death. You are living from morning till you get up till the night time you go to bed. So it doesn't matter really what you think is absurd and what anybody else's opinion is. Opinions are opinions, folks. That doesn't mean anything. It's not a fact of life. It's just an opinion. Don't confuse opinions with facts. The fact is that you got up this morning. The fact is you got the whole day before you, and how you use it for what creativity and what work is just up to you. It's that simple. Things like arbitrary things like success or career or goals and all this rubbish doesn't mean anything really when you come to your own life. Your own life is much more precious than any carrot people dangle at you, right? You do this and you'll get a promotion. You do this and you'll get a raise, or you do such and such. That doesn't matter as much as, are you enjoying today? Are you enjoying the job you're doing now? Is it giving you some joy? Because today is in your hands. That carrot or whatever somebody has promised you is just a carrot. It's an invisible carrot hanging in an invisible tree. It doesn't mean anything real in your life today, now. So don't try to reduce everything to absurdity in your mind. It will become your pattern otherwise. It tends to become a habitual pattern. You tend to think in self-defeating terms. Stop thinking in self-defeating terms and stop listening to people around you who are thinking and suggesting to you in that train of thought, self-defeating train of thought. It doesn't accomplish anything for anyone. You ended up suppressing your creativity, and the other person doesn't even know what they have done. Many times they will do it deliberately out of jealousy, out of envy, and so on. So be careful of whose ideas you buy. Be careful of your own mind playing this self defeatist pattern, because you all have come here up to here watching my YouTube channel. So you are obviously educated to some degree, otherwise, you won't even be watching this. You have accomplished something in life, you have come somewhere. You might be an actor, you might be a hairdresser, you might be an engineer, doctor, lawyer, mathematician, professor, teacher in a college, student. It doesn't matter. You might be a graduate, non graduate. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're doing, you've come up to a certain point in life where this kind of a self defeatist pattern has come to an extent. You know what I mean? When you're sitting alone with yourself, that self defeatist blah 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 comes in your head. Oh, you can't do this. No, I don't have a mood for this. And you make all excuses. No, I'm not going to be successful at this because so and so told me, or because my parent or my mother, when I was a kid, told me this. All these stories playing in your head. But that has nothing to do with today, nor has it got to do with your creativity. It's just a habitual pattern. So you can get out of it. It's just a decision. That's all there is to it. Think about this. I leave you with this much. Don't try to reduce things to absurdness. Everything has a meaning, or everything is absurd. You decide which one is true for you. See which one feels lighter. Always see which one feels lighter. Is everything beautiful and nice, or everything is absurd? Everybody is brilliant and creative, or everybody is pretty stupid? Which one works for you? And where do you feel the lightness and the heaviness? Always evaluate it with respect to that. Yeah, that's all. That's the thing that counts. That's the thing that matters to you in your life. Okay. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.